I was a bit of a troublemaker. I ended up jumping from foster home to foster home. I was miserable.
I'm quite alone, honestly. My dad, he died when I was 8. I really just needed someone to look up to. I didn't really have that kind of role model in my life.
In school, I couldn't focus, and it was just like a hard time because I couldn't focus as much. I couldn't do stuff as like everyone else.
I would stay in my room. I would be under the covers, just sleeping. I wouldn't get up unless it was for school.
I never used to want to do competitive sports. I'd only go to like a basketball court and just play.
Sometimes in life, it's very easy to get lost and to feel like you don't know where to go and everything's against you.
Not having a dad has affected me a lot because I didn't have that kind of influence in my life.
A life without big brothers, big sisters would be very incomplete.
I was really depressed, really anxious, really stressed out. I wasn't, I guess, myself, getting in trouble, getting bad grades. And as soon as my mom told me, yeah, I put you in this Big Brothers Big Sisters program, you're gonna do it, I need your attitude to change.
As a kid, I was really shy and I kind of had problems socializing. I really just needed someone to look up to. I didn't really have that kind of role model in my life. I've never really known what it's like to have a second parent or a dad. I'm always wondering, what is it like? What would it be like? Where is he now?
Both my parents escaped the war that was happening in Somalia in the late 1980s, early 1990s. And because my parents left at such a young age in their early 20s, when I was getting closer to that age, I really had no guidance because what they experienced at their 20s and what I was experiencing was vastly different. One of the reasons why I joined Pump for Post-Sec was the idea that it would give me introduction into what university is and what I was supposed to expect, just because I didn't have any formal guidance. So what Pump for Post-Sec did is that it's built in a way to sort of guide kids into this like new environment of post-secondary education.
I was originally born in Nigeria, moved to Ghana later on in my life, and then I came to Canada just last year. I came with my mom and my younger brother, but my dad stayed back, and it's been pretty tough to like cope with no father figure in my life. When I heard of the School to Work program, it was called the Newcomer School to Work program. I really didn't know what to expect. It's a school to work program to help high school students get into careers and get into professions. I really didn't have anything to do at home, and so why not just go for a program that could probably better my life in some way?
I found myself in the office talking to the principal, telling him all about my life at home, how I wasn't happy. One day after school, while I was waiting for my mother to pick me up, wondering why it took her so long to get there, she was actually in the meeting with some of the social workers, and I was just taken.
My mom, sometimes she suffers with seizures, and my sister, I forget what she has, but it's kind of like lupus. Well, it makes me nervous for them. What if this happens to them? What if I come back and they're at the hospital? So I just like worry about them.
If I had a male role model, I could talk about like boy stuff that I didn't or couldn't want to say to like my mom.
My brother, my mom, and we came out of a domestic abuse situation. My dad didn't provide the basic needs like food, water, heat. So my mom, straight away, she took us out and took us to a shelter. And then after the years went on, she found Big Brothers Big Sisters.
When I first saw Mike, I was kind of surprised. I'm thinking, is this a big brother or big grandfather?
First thing I noticed was her hair, because it was so colorful and I liked it. And I knew right then that she was wild and she was gonna get me out of my comfort zone, which was good.
It was fear. I was scared of him. I think my mother was there during the first meeting, so I did run behind her.
We both kind of just stared at each other. In my head, I'm thinking, what is this guy? He's just looking at me. I wonder if like we have anything in common.
He looks like a really energetic, nice guy, and I want to spend time with him.
Oh my God. This girl would be jumping with joy. When she first met me, she was like, "Are you a hugger? Are you a runner? Are you this? Are you that?" I'm like, I'm just a standby person. I don't hug. I don't do anything. I handshake. And she's like, "Oh, I really like huggers." And I was like, "Sorry, I'm not your girl."
You think you're going to change the world overnight, and Nicholas was very aloof. He was very jumpy. He never smiled. Like, I don't think you ever smiled the first 6 visits. My only goal was to make him smile someday, and the awesome thing is now he's always making me smile, so it's pretty cool.
My objectives for Monica were to make her confident, to kind of break her out of that shell of being shy. I know I was shy when I was younger, and to overcome that is a big step in your growth and development.
I was hoping he could open up a bit. He was very quiet, and I thought if I could just listen and encourage him and be his friend, that hopefully over time he would. And actually that developed fairly quickly, and he started talking quite a bit.
I've always thought it's important to not just do the things you need to do, like school or work, but also helping other people. And I think Max has really noticed that too, that how important it is to do that.
I'm just sort of bringing out who he is. He's a lot louder, he's a lot more confident. He was a great kid, and I want people around him to see that.
We hung out alone for the first time. She admitted to me almost immediately that she felt anxious and nervous and shy or timid most of the time. Since we've been hanging out, I've pushed her a fair bit, and she's really just she's just flourished.
Before, I'd always be like in a shy box, and then she inspired me to become more me and myself and become a bigger, better person.
He's really taught me to just be confident, be myself, and enjoy life.
She taught me that it's better to try things than always wonder.
He's inspired me in many, many ways. In not being scared to be competitive, not being scared to be aggressive, not being scared to do what I want.
Don't let your dreams be dreams is one of our little sentences or phrases that we use a lot.
Without him, I never would have tried to learn piano, never would have tried to do anything swimming related, because back then I didn't know how to swim. So now that I'm actually going towards my lifeguard and my NLS, it's a big change from not knowing how to swim to becoming a lifeguard.
He's taught me to think big, because if you're just always positive, you're gonna succeed in life.
I've been a big brother for 38 years. I've had 6 little brothers over that time. Most of them have been fairly long-term relationships. It's been a real joy to have that experience, to watch them grow and hope you maybe have some kind of an impact on their lives.
I've mentored 3 little brothers so far. Some of the most memorable and most emotional experiences of my life were through big brothers. It really has helped to complete me as a person. And I just think it's one of those institutions that helps you change things very quickly, and there's a multiplier effect. Nicholas has actually changed my life too. He's made me a better person. I've helped, Nicholas, and then Nicholas has helped other kids.
I had role models when I was growing up, and they were really instrumental for me, so I wanted to be that for someone else.
I have a big brother, and he was wonderful to me, and he taught me things growing up, and I wanted to give back to some wonderful kid, which I have, which hopefully I can continue to do.
I think when I started it, it was something, one of my cousins had done it, and she was a big role model for me. That's why I started it. Now I'm doing it because, I love the guy. We hang out, we have a great time. It's awesome.
I think that it makes the biggest impact of all kind of helping social programs, and I found that this was the one. This is what I wanted to be part of, because this is how I could really see myself contributing.
My dad always had this famous saying that he who dares wins. In life, we face so many tough times. To help us cope through those tough times, he tells you that all you need to do is dare to win. You have to dare to succeed. You have to dare to be fulfilled in life. That statement really played a key role in my life.
I get a chance to be with another entire generation at my age. It keeps me young, and it keeps me, focused in on the kids, and I get a lot out of it.
I don't think I would have been able to be the person I am today if I hadn't had support from the community, if I haven't had tutors, if I hadn't had great guidance counselors, if I hadn't been part of Big Brothers Big Sisters. The reason I tell youth to get involved is because there's a lot of support out there in the community, and there's a lot of people who their lives are dedicated to helping you.
My big goal is to one day go finish school, get my degree, just in case the MBA doesn't work. I have a backup plan as a doctor.
My big goal would be to become a chemical engineer. Why? Because chemistry is one of my favorite subjects in high school, and also I love things to do with the environment.
My big dream is to become a soccer player, like a professional soccer player, be like in the big leagues with everyone else.
My big dream is to find a job that I love and that I'm happy with, and to just explore the world.
My big goal is to one day chase my dreams and to go into whatever field makes me happy.
My big dream is to change the lives of 10 people.
My big dream is to become a forensic scientist or a forensic psychologist.
My big goal is to one day make an impact on history, do something for the world, drive the world forward.
When you see kids that maybe wouldn't have been productive adults, and you can see that they're productive teenagers, it's a pretty impressive organization.
The contribution to this organization benefits society as a whole multiple times with this very simple kind of act of friendship. I'm hoping that I can lead other big brothers by example, and you spread that over a couple of thousand other big brothers and big sisters in this city that are doing their work. That's making a huge impact.